responsibility. But let's look at how we are defended as being Israelites, and as the infinite inexplicable, the Heavenly Father defends us. So if somebody could read Psalms 20:1.
This is Psalms 20:1. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee.
The what?
The name of the God of Jacob defend thee.
So when we just call, a lot of times we don't understand that we have a defense system. In mixed martial arts or any type of self-defense or any martial arts, they call it a system. So there's a system that one would use to defend oneself, and you would learn that system, right? So as Israelites, we have a system, and the authority of that system is Yahweh. Khan? All right, read that again.
The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee.
The name. So that name, we need to understand that when we call that name, you just don't call that name or say that name carnally, or just to, call his name without understanding. You're provoking an authority. You're provoking a presence. The scriptures let us know where 2 or 3 are gathered, he's in the midst. There's an authority there to bring forth action. It ain't just calling on his name. A lot of us have experienced the calling on his name, but no action with it. That's because we have not learned the system. We have not learned what it takes to activate that defense. Yahweh is a defense to us. The very name, when you call the name, you're dealing, the word name in Hebrew is Hashem, which deals with the name, but authority. So the name is not just simply a title. The word name, and you can look it up in your studies, has to do, from the Hebrew, has to deal with an authority. So you're calling upon the authority, the name above all names, right? All nations are going to bow down and submit to that name. That's how powerful. And we, as Israelites, should be not only students, but masters of the system. All right? Most organizations, one thing they have a military. We know when we left Egypt, we were military minded. We left with our armies, right? In defense of what? In defense of our nation. But what was the first thing the Most High gave us? A system. He gave us a system teaching us how to defend ourselves, how to defend our women, how to defend our children, and how to defend ourselves as men from enemy infiltration. Come? All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah 37 and 35. Come on, I got Isaiah 31:5, so here it comes. Let's get it. Whoever wants to read that one. 37:35. Isaiah 37:35, and then Isaiah 31:5.
This is Isaiah 37, verse 35, and it reads, "For I will defend the city to save it for my own sake."
Come on.
"And for my servant David's sake."
He will do what?
Verse 35, Isaiah 37 says, For I will defend this city to save it for my own sake."
So the Most High, this is why he even chose you. So you need to understand the system, why he chose us above every other nation. All right, when we read these scriptures, Deuteronomy 7-6, this is for his own sake. Even when we understand that before Jacob and Esau were even born, this was for his purpose. So it's his purpose that we be defended. It's his purpose that we should understand self-defense, which essentially is self-preservation. The Most High, because we are the ones that carry his name, and it goes back to his authority, and we have the ones are to proclaim his name in the earth. That was our responsibility. Remember, the name of the Most High should be dreadful amongst the heathen.
That's right.
But it hasn't been, because we as men have failed in understanding the system of self-defense. Right. We getting punched in the face with our hands down. All right, we getting them legs. even in boxing, the first thing they tell you when the referee is in there, one of the things they'll tell you, Captain Yashuka, you know this, protect yourself at all times. All right? And when they see that you're not protecting yourself, a lot of times they'll intervene. And so we have had that intervention through YAHAWAH'S, and we call it grace. The Most High has given us the grace because if it was based on what we have actually applied and learned, we would be destroyed. We would. A lot of the blows I know that I've taken in times past, I shouldn't even be here. But the Most High preserved me. A lot of the blows that didn't hit me, all the things that he spared, and this is a testimony that we all can agree to. The things that he spared us from to this point is because he's been in defense of that city. And that's why we bear the name Yasha'a. It's very important that we understand this, beloved, in these last days. So who's got Isaiah, what was that, 31?
31:5.
Come.
Isaiah 31:5. They were all ashamed of the people that could not profit them, nor being helped, nor profit, but ashamed.
I don't know if that's Isaiah. Is that Isaiah?
That's Isaiah 31? You said 31, my bad.
Praise God, 31.
Salakia.
Ain't the
Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
As what?
As birds flying.
Now, birds flying, that's a bird's eye view. When the military, and that's why they have to have planes in the air. That's in defense of their nation. Because even when I was in Saudi Arabia, the Iraqis didn't have air. So when we saw helicopters, we were confident. When we saw those Black Hawks, when we saw air, we knew we had the support that we were going to be defended. You see a lot of those military movies, and they clap them because the bird's eye view, the airplanes, they're able to see and to navigate even for the military to deliver their troops. And that's from aerial assault, right? And then we can go in and take the land. Read that again.
That's like the other real quick. Even with the birds flying, they fly in formation.
That's
how
right.
the military-
That's how the military. That's an excellent point. We see that's where they get their formation from. There's nothing new under the sun. You got the V formation, all that. That's beautiful. Go ahead.
Come. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over it, he will preserve it.
And we saw that coming out of Egypt. All right. So what all this provision, but guess what? Time and time again, we have revolted against that defense. Every time he told us and taught us, reiterated the system in which we would be defended and how these things, that his power would be activated in us and how he would protect us, we rebel over and over and over again, even to this day. Give me 2 Ezra 2:21. So even self-defense by definition is the defense of one's person or interest, especially through the use of physical force. What did the Most High do coming out of Egypt? He used physical force. He said, man, I'll kill your firstborn to preserve mine. I want y'all to, everything that's moving in the land, kill it. Don't want nothing standing. Read what you got.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, verse 21. Heal the broken and the weak. Laugh not a lame man to scorn.
Come on.
Defend the maimed.
Do what?
Defend the maimed.
And this is what the Most High charges us with. Because we're supposed to learn that system. Not only will he defend us, but he'll teach us how to defend ourselves. And we're supposed to defend one another.
Come.
Husbands are supposed to defend their wives from enemy attack because the woman is the weaker vessel. Do you understand that system? If you're not, somebody breaking in your house. Right? What you can't protect, you can't keep. A lot of us have not been able to keep ourselves spiritually because we can't defend ourselves from our attack. A lot of the attack is where? From within. We haven't learned to defend ourselves from lust. We haven't learned to defend ourselves from adultery. We haven't learned to defend ourselves from just our own mindset, our own thoughts, right? We allow a lot of times that to lead us. But we must learn this system if you want to be defended. And I want to get a scripture real quick. Proverbs 25 and 28. Somebody grab that real quick. Proverbs 25 and 28. And like I said, you brothers and you sisters that's been pushing for it, excellent job. But the Most High has not found our works perfect yet. This is what, for us to be preserved and from the sad perils that's coming. When you read 2nd Exodus chapter 15 and all these prophecies that are coming to pass, which we're going to get into eventually. But foundationally, because now's the time. But foundationally, we gotta be able to defend our city. If we can't defend our city, none of it's going to matter. Come on. All right, let's go.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
You're going to be overtaken. A city without walls is defenseless. What you cannot protect. So if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to learn the system and to keep the system, and we should see the fruit of the system, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, obeying, then you're going to be overtaken. And many of us are overtaken in spirit. Yeah, we're already overtaken because the enemy has come in. We see people turning away from the truth. We read scriptures like 1 Timothy 4:1, 2 Timothy 3:1, all these things. We're seeing people start to become lovers of themselves, right?
That's right.
Why? Because they've been taken over by the enemy and they don't understand self-defense. They're not able to defend ourselves. We are getting our tails handed to us, getting beat up as a nation. You in the stance, but you get knocked out. You in the stance, you got the form. They broke all that. When it comes to you actually engaging, they making you look like a novice. All right? So give me the book of Ecclesiasticus 27 and 3. Let's get that next. All praises. We must learn to defend. Self-defense is also defending oneself. How are you going to take care of your family if you can't rule your own spirit? You're a wall without city. You're overthrown. So if you're the head and you're supposed to be the defense of the city, we're supposed to be the watchmen. If we're not watching, guess who's coming in? All right. Read. Ecclesiasticus 27 and 3.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 27, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahawah, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Ooh. The fear is to motivate you to defend yourself. You know, when I was in the military, one of the things they taught us, we knew why we were there, because it was a real potential of war. Now, a lot of times, you don't have the same attitude when you're training as though you're actually getting ready to engage in war. But the training is supposed to prepare you for war, right? So there's a different attitude that I have when they say, "Oh, this live." I'm for real. So now all that training, it wasn't just. It's a time for peace and it's a time for war. The time for war, you should even have, it's a certain mentality switch. You're going to go into, okay, now everything that I learned through the repetition now becomes automatic. It's one thing it's easy to talk about fighting with people that steal. Or when you're saying, okay, throw this, throw that. But when you don't know your opponent, what your opponent's going to do, that's different. People can tell you that when you get into an actual fight, a lot of the stuff that you train for, you may not even do. what we learn, the military, adapt and overcome. The system that the Most High teaches us is to be ready for all enemy attacks, for every scenario. That's how solid. There is no more sound system than that of obeying the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You can do nothing against the truth. The system is the truth. What offense do you have? What attack do you have that I'm not going to be able to defend myself against?
Right.
Not only defend, but overtake you. Put you in submission. Ain't nothing worse. Ain't that right, Officer Hezekiah? To have a grown man in submission to where he want to tap out.
Or you so prideful you go to sleep.
Or you go to sleep. You're so prideful. And you still struggle, trying to fight. And they let you go to sleep.
Just go with it.
Just go with it. Just embrace it.
Just go with it.
Embrace
Just
it.
go with it.
The thing about it, though, you'll never get to that. We've been on the opposite side of that for too long. Satan has had us in the chokehold and been putting us to sleep because we have not understood it. So, what did I have you? Yeah, read that again, Ecclesiastes 27:3.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
And we've seen that with our people. If somebody, read what you guys at, brother.
This is Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 8. And it reads, "And that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Come.
And he that is feeble amongst them, in that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God."
Why is that? Because the Most High is going to strengthen the people. I'm going to give you a secret. We have failed to understand really how powerful the Most High is just because we won't do what he tells us. And you'll never have that experience. But when you provoke the true power of the Most High, there's nothing, we quote it all the time, there's nothing that should stop us. Nothing against us. All things work to the good of those that love. We haven't experienced that. All things ain't working good because we haven't understood this system and how to really defend oneself. When you pray, you're supposed to receive what it is that you ask for if it's in the right spirit. We got so used to it not happening that we just go through the motion. As they say, we cosplay, right? Because we're supposed to, we don't serve a mighty one of the dead, right? When you pray for healing, it's supposed to happen. When you look at the ancients, there he is. When you look at the ancients and the prophets of old and those that had faith like Marsha, there wasn't no delay in their prayer. Elijah prayed, some she-bears will come out. Something gonna happen. It ain't gonna be like, because we have failed to tap into what it is to really have him defend us. Praying on the Sabbath or praying for healing. If the Most High, he said, you have not because you ask not. We should be praying prayers like, Father, I know you refuse to be an infidel. You can't be an infidel in our life. So, and he said, prove him at his words. This is how a warrior prays. Infidel, so because you refuse to be an infidel, I know you take care of me. And have that faith to know that it's impossible. But a lot of us have not walked in obedience enough to even ask in faith. Because doesn't the scripture say you ask anything in faith, what? It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. Right? Healing. The Most High said that the poor have a responsibility for the rich. If we're poor, what are we poor in? A lot of us are poor in strength. The Most High is rich in strength. The Most High says the rich have a responsibility because the poor is always with you. If you're poor in strength, you should have strength when you call on he who is rich. He wouldn't withhold you because now you're saying he's evil. That has to do with your inability to have tapped in to that relationship. Because if you put him to his word, it's impossible. If you say, I'm poor in understanding, he'll give you understanding. I'm poor in wisdom, he'll give you wisdom if you're submitted to him. Because now you're saying, well, he gonna withhold from his children? Absolutely not. He's only gonna withhold when children disobey. When does a righteous father withhold from his children? When they didn't do what he asked them to do.
That's right.
That's the first thing we should be looking at. And this is how you'll be able to stand and have that authority and that defense that he said. A lot of us, he's not defending because we're not in defense of the system. We haven't learned the system. All right. I didn't teach you to put your hands down.
That's right.
I didn't teach you to block like that. That's not the right hold. You're not choking nobody out like that.
Except for on the forearm.
And you're going into it. That's why do you think he told us to? That's the only way we're going to experience being defended. All right? Give me the book of 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. That's what Elder's going into it. No, you're good. You're good. That's the spirit. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. Bring it out.
Say 5 and 6.
Come.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 6. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Verse 7.
Keep going.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Verse 8. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
Woo, now think about that. I want you to think, one of the words that was used was watch. And watch is to keep awake. If you're defending a city, you have to stay awake. When I was in the military, you had to do fire watch. My job in Saudi Arabia was to be rear security to make sure nobody came into the camp. If I went to sleep, everybody's done. They're relying on me. You know how many people relying on us? The whole world is waiting for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of the Most High. We gotta be awake. Awake means being alert, which awareness goes back into the 4 core principles of self-defense. You must be aware, situational awareness. And that's why many of us have been infiltrated. But it's not too late for us. The Most High is going to show us in the last days what it is once again, even though we rebel over and over, once again, here's his mercy and grace coming again. That's why if you don't make it, you deserve every piece of punishment that your soul is going to have. Because his mercy, he's given us time. So give me, going into what Elder was talking about, 1 Corinthians 3, and we'll read 16 to 19. Bring it up.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, what shall never hold their peace, day nor night.
Ooh, that's somebody alert. That's somebody vigilant. That's somebody that's familiar with situational awareness, right? Being able to sound the alarm. Guess what? If you're what is that in the house? Is it cyanide? I know you got the fire, but then you got the, not cyanide.
Carbon.
Carbon.
CO2.
CO2. Yeah. If that sensor has to be on, because if that's not on, and that comes, it can kill you.
That's right.
You can't smell it. It's odorless. You see how important being a watch? We're to be like that. Go ahead.
Isaiah 62, verse 6. I have set up watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, what shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent.
Keep not silent. So neither day nor night. Look at the alertness, all right? In defense, we should be in defense of our temple. We are the temple. We're supposed to defend the temple, right? We see when we celebrate Hanukkah, it's all about how the temple was defenseless. and how it became defiled. That's our job. Give me the 1 Corinthians 3, and we start at 16. Whoever got it.
First Corinthians 3:16.
Come on.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High,
Ooh, read on.
and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you?
Come on.
Verse 17. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy.
And that's why a lot of us are being destroyed. Because we're not defending the temple. That's why we're not seeing evidence. That's why when we pray, nothing happens. That's why when we lay hands on the sick, they don't recover. Because we've not been in defense of the temple. Read it again.
1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple,
You got to protect that spirit. That's why I said from the beginning, self-defense, you got to defend yourself against yourself. Read on.
if any man defile the temple
Mhm.
of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy.
Woo. So imagine, even stand and watch. What do you think gonna happen if you allow somebody to destroy the temple? You allow somebody to come in because you were asleep at the job. Oh, is there any mercy yet? They gonna cut your throat. They gonna cut your throat. That's why even Satan, who's a roaring lion, when he's at the door, this is where we should already be situationally aware. What do I mean by that? If you gotta do something to hide and lie, if you already know, I want to keep this from someone that you know that honesty is paramount to have this relationship. If you know you got to keep something, then you shouldn't do it. A lot of us will do this. We'll just, I'm gonna just keep it from. I'm gonna give you an example. Just imagine you've been taking money from your job a little bit at a time every day for years. You got away with it. You know you shouldn't have done it to begin with, but you begin away with it. By the time they ask you and you got a chance to do what's right, you're going to say no. It's automatic. Have you been stealing for all these years? You've been got away with it so much, your natural reaction is almost like a cold. Oh no. This is why. That's a lack of discipline. That's not being situational aware. A lot of times we got to be prepared to do what's right when we know that wrong could potentially be there. Does that make sense? We got to get ahead of this. We've been reacting. It's too late to learn karate when you're in the midst of a fight. You can't play like you. If you're in a real fight, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That person is trained. That little guy that's 110 pounds, right? Real light complected, pink flesh entity. He gonna choke you out on Glenwood Avenue because he been training. You got wins for days. You know, you don't do no exercise. You just kind of look at, you watch Batman, and that's where you get your skill set from. Go ahead.
It's a lot. If you notice, like in the martial arts business, there's more Edomites than there are Israelites.
Absolutely.
And it's because they have more resources. The parents have money, and the lack of fatherhood in an Israelite home prevents other Israelites from learning those skills. So Edomites have a jump on us when they're trained.
That's right.
They're trained, you know what I'm saying?
That's when they're trained. We've been able to survive partly because we're the children of Israel, or mostly, and just our natural ability.
That's right.
Because we're naturally stronger, we're naturally faster. That's why we excel in everything we do, physically and intellectually as well. The thing about it is, the only reason we're not dominating some is because simply we're not involved. But when we get involved,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
But how much more, if we're his chosen, should we be involved in this system? We should be completely immersed, and many of us are not. And that's why we're defenseless, even against people who are really weaker than us.
God.
That's why. All right? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. He mentioned something about the defense and all that, there was a guy, and Ashad, my cousin Ashad knows him too. There was a guy named Donald that we grew up with, and his father worked right on Wall Street. You remember his father was like an executive on Wall Street, lived in the projects, cars every year and all that. So we used to play football every Sunday. We had on, you know, I had on a beat up equipment and all that. So Donald came out one day. This is what we was doing, with shoulder pads on and everything, right in the project in the grass. We was tackling each other and loving it.
Right.
So Donald, you know, hey, look, his father went to Modell's. If any of y'all know what Modell's is, that sporting store Modell's in New York.
Yeah.
His father bought him brand new helmet, brand new shoulder pads, brand new jersey. But the point I'm trying to make is that he tried to cheat. He never was out there playing football with us.
Right.
He came out there with that brand new stuff, man. We because you know why? Because he tried to cheat, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say is, when the priest is bringing out very eloquently, you can't cheat this, man. Okay, if you try to cheat this, your ass gonna get torn the hell up, man. Just like Donald. All right, man. Look, let me tell you something. Every time that man didn't touch the ball, we was on. Because we was mad as hell. He had on that clean down Dallas Cowboy jersey. He didn't know what he was doing. Right? He didn't even have his hands on the ball, priest, and we was still. But you can't cheat this.
Right.
You can't cheat
Right.
this.
You're gonna get exposed.
That's right.
And this is the problem with us as a nation. There's been a generation of what they see, they want to do, but they don't have any real relationship. So there's been all confession and no conduct. There's been no practice. There's been no real evidence to our claims. But that's over with. Like I said earlier, a sword is coming through our nation, and the phony gonna get exposed. We seeing it. The phony gonna be revealed. The fake is they being exposed now. And what's gonna happen is, if whether you've really been rooted and grounded in this, or this was just something that you did for form and fashion, right? It's getting ready, and the sword that's coming through is gonna destroy the weak. The weak are not gonna make it. Like I said, those that are left of us, we gonna be reprimanded. Get ready for the chastisement, because if he doesn't, then he doesn't love you.
That's right.
We got to be prepared for the chast. If YAHAWAH'S was standing right here, what do you think he'd tell you? He'd tell you every little secret you've been trying to keep and hide and expose you, if he loved you, to get you right.
That's right.
Right, even if you're not ready, you can't chastise.
There you go.
That's right.
Right. Or you're not one of his. So go ahead and finish reading. Was that it? Uh-huh. Oh no, go to you at 16? 17. Go 17. Go to 19.
First Corinthians 3:17. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple we are.
Right. Read on.
Let no man deceive himself.
Uh-huh.
If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool.
Let him what?
Let him become a fool.
You know why you have to become a fool? So that you can learn. You got to be able to learn, especially if you want to be in defense of this adversary. This adversary is formidable. He's trained in many art forms. He knows many systems. And the only way we win is if we learn from our master teachers. That's the only way we win. You notice when you used to watch the Shaolin monk movies and stuff, the last person they get to be that old man in the temple. Now they fight everybody else. The little kids come out, and all that jumping out of the tree, all that stuff. But the man that's like in this society, disregard the old man. Right. The hoary head, they don't nobody want to listen to the hoary head, right? Because they feel like he weak, he don't know nothing. In that culture, the old man who's sitting on the throne with white hair like bull. All right. That's that man sitting there. By the time you get to him, you done seen a bad day. He coming and wind just come to take you out of the way. He doing this right here, and you blow away. We don't see him no more. But we got to learn to activate that power. And even when we fall short, he will be a defense to us. But one thing you notice, those men were in the temple. They were disciplined, they were vigilant. So even when you get weak, stay in the temple. Stay in defense of the temple. All right, read on.
Let him become a fool,
Come on.
that he may be wise.
That he may be. A lot of times they had to go back. Well, why did we fail? And then the teacher would teach you. Come on.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
And that should let you know there's nothing out here in this world. Stay in the temple and stay in defense of the temple. Because we're going to need to be defended in these last days. With the scriptures I brought out earlier, who the Most High is to Israel and in defense of Israel. But you will never see that old man will never come up off of there if you're not in the temple and defending. You learning from somebody else. You know, the greatest insult is to learn from another teacher and then to come and challenge your teacher. I didn't teach you that. That's not the way. Why are you behaving like that? You see what I'm saying? That's the greatest insult. Imagine to our Heavenly Father. That's why he said, have no other powers before. That's right. I don't want you to learn no other system. There's no other way to get it. No man come to the Father except through a Mashiach YAHAWAH'S. That's the system. That's the only way you get it. You finished 19? Go ahead.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. And again, the Most High.
That's it. That's it. Give me 2 Corinthians 6:16. Now, I'm not going to be much longer because I know y'all can build upon this, but I want us to get these principles so that we understand that we must be awake. We must understand self-defense and defending of oneself. Come on.
2 Corinthians 6 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
16. And what agreement hath the temple of the Most High with idols?
Come on.
For ye are the temple of the living power.
That's right. What agreement? What agreement? We've been in agreement with things like bitterness. We've been in agreement with covetousness. Those are the things that we shouldn't be. Those are the systems we should not be learning. Those should not be our weaknesses. They should not. We should be seeing more fruits of the Spirit, which is our strength, which is the evidence that you've been trained. Your hands are down, and you're gonna get beat up.
That's right.
You're gonna get beat up. Plain and simple. When we look at, give me Mark 13, 35 through 37. And then I'm gonna get a couple more and I'm gonna end there. How many times did Israel continue to go? We didn't learn the system and we were defeated. Enemies rule over us.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh.
Woo! Remember, even that Shaolin monk, he would go away. I'm going on a journey. Have a stick with a rag on it. And he'd walk away. But they were to study everything that he taught them. Right? They were to defend the temple when he wasn't there. Read on.
At evening, or at midnight, or at cockcrowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping.
Ooh. Find you. And Yahawah, YAHAWAH'S, he's watching us. A lot of times we found sleeping on the job. Read on.
Verse 37. And what I say unto you, I say unto you all, watch.
Watch. So the importance of us to watch, to be alert, to be vigilant, which again is one of the 4 core principles of self-defense. Awareness. You can't avoid what you're not aware of. All right? So we must be aware. Also, before I get ready to end, it's very important that we understand what the system is not. All right? Because I think we've convoluted and we've allowed a lot of things to come into the temple that should not be there. And we allowed it to come because it was subtle and we didn't recognize it because we weren't aware. We didn't avoid it. We didn't assess it and we didn't take action. And those are the things, whenever you see that's what you need to process. If you see the adversary, if anger's coming up, you need to be aware that, okay, it's okay to be angry, but should I sin? What's the situation? It says to be angry and sin not. What's the potential for sin in this? Avoidance. Should I avoid this or not? Assess the situation and then take action. One of the most difficult things is to humble oneself, which is avoidance. A lot of times we want to justify. That's the flesh reacting to, man, you made me mad, I want to punch you in the face. But in self-defense, the first thing you do is try to diffuse the situation. We're trying to avoid. Hands out, but this is also, I don't want no problems, but I'll finish it if necessary. This can be for peace or for war. It just depends on the situation. All right? So give me the book of 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 5. Got about 2 more, that's it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians 4, verse 5. Therefore judge nothing before the time.
That's it. 13. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 5.
Oh, okay, my bad. It's a lot.
That's all right.
13 and 5. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 5. Charity suffereth long and is kind.
Mm-hmm.
Charity envieth not.
Mm-hmm.
Charity vaunteth
Vaunteth not itself. Mm-hmm.
is not puffed up.
Mm-hmm.
Do not behave itself unseemly.
Mm-hmm.
Seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil.
Don't that sound like a system?
Mm-hmm.
That's a discipline. That's a form. That's an art form. And that's how we should approach everything. If we are the children of light, if the Most High is love, he's love to Israel. These are the things that he wants us to comprehend, and this is how we should position ourselves. This is what should come out of the temple. Come? A lot of the stuff that's coming out of the temple, he ain't teach us that. You can't even tell that you even train with Yahweh. Well, YAHAWAH'S. All right? So in one English Standard Version, it reads like this. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. When you think about these things and look at our nation and the place that we're in, as the state that we're in as Israelites, these things have been ignored. Most of us operate like this. Mm-hmm. Love is patient. We seeing that we lack patience with one another. You see what I'm saying? When Yahawashi told us to love one another as he loved you, are you going to be able to stand in front of him and say, and he put that brother in front of your face, and you be able to say, I love that brother as you have loved us? That's loving your brother as yourself. And if you can't say that, you ain't making it in the kingdom.
That's right.
You can't say that you love the Father with all your heart, mind, and soul, and you ain't do that. So we got to get back to basics. The deep thing is going to take you to a deep pit. All right? If we haven't understood these basic fundamental things that can be built upon. But in some art forms, the basics, some of their basics is the coldest defense against anything. All right? A block is still a block. That don't change. All right? Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. These are things we got to think about when we engage as children of the Most High, as keepers of the temple, as being the temple ourselves. This should come from us. This should be the foundation in which we stand upon. It is not irritable or resentful. Oh my, you know how many of us resent? We have resent and then bear grudges. Love, the temple doesn't operate like this. Because guess what? That stuff bounces off of us. Wax on, wax off. It bounces a block is a punch. I block it and then I hit you. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do against us. We got a defense to it. The most YAHAWAH'S, when he was reviled, what did he do? Revile not.
That's right. That's right.
Block that.
That's right.
Get that out of here. Catch your fist. I did that one time when I was in middle school. I was a low-key bully. I wasn't a real bully. A low-key bully. Used to go around putting fingers in people's cakes. You know, they had a little square cake. You want this? And one of my friends ran back. I caught his fist. I was terrible. Father, forgive me. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast, is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. This is a defense system, beloved. There's nothing against it. Once you learn it, you are victorious. That's what the Most High gave us. And so lastly, give me Hebrews 12:15. It's so important that we understand this because bitterness will destroy you. Bitterness is defiling the temple. And we already read, if any man that defiles, you can't allow bitterness to enter into the temple of the Most High. It's just as bad as swine's blood. It will destroy you, and you are the temple. Who gonna let somebody destroy the temple of the Most High? Let me see your hand. You just gonna allow them? You just allow them to come in there like that? A lot of us are offering strange fires to the Most High. It's becoming a stench. That's why the sword gonna go through Israel soon. Stop with these strange fires, man. You call yourself Israel, and the offerings you're giving these strange. They reaching his nostrils. He like, enough of this.
Right.
Come on. The wages of sin is what?
Yeah, that's why he rebuked our feast days.
Come on. That's not what I expect from here. You come here, but you still, y'all like dead man's bones, man. Vile in your character. Read.
Hebrews 12 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of the Most High.
Of the grace of the Most High. What does Hebrews 12:16 say? We're supposed to look diligently. That's Hebrews 12:15. Read on.
Lest any root of bitterness.
Lest what?
Any root of bitterness springing up to trouble you.
A lot of times that's why he even tells the husbands, don't be bitter against your wife. That root of bitterness, because we are the defenses to our city, to your households, to your wives, to your children. We are their first line of defense.
That's right.
And if we don't defend them, they get overtaken. Read on.
And thereby many be defiled.
Many be what?
Be defiled.
Defile the temples, defile. What did the Most High say? Whoever defiles the temple. A lot of us as leaders are guilty of defiling the temple. Most High said He's gonna destroy it. That's why earlier I was talking about the fear. And you gotta have that fear of the Most High. You gotta be afraid to defile the temple. You the temple.
That's right.
You gonna offer a sin offering to the Most, a literal sin offering. Your offering is sin. You gotta be scared. It should be a sinless offering. With the mindset, maybe brothers maybe that's what they didn't understand what that was talking about. Because a lot of offerings, people giving a sin offerings, giving sin to the Most High. And you're supposed to give up sin, not show before Him, and you got sin in the temple. You having a good time in the temple of the Most High.
That's right.
You doing what you want to do in His house. What do you think the Father gonna do when He come home? Till 6 in the morning. Snoop, dog. A lot of y'all, anyway, go ahead. Maybe some of y'all too young for that, y'all. Go ahead. 16, go to Hebrews 12:16.
Lest there be any fornicator
Come on.
or profane person.
They didn't mention anybody else except Esau.
Right.
Read on. No other nation.
Right.
They said, don't be like this guy right here.
Right.
Read on.
As Esau,
Come on.
who for one morsel of meat
You know, read on.
sold his birthright.
You know why he said don't be like him? Because Esau doesn't get that opportunity again. We the only ones that have the birthright that can sell it.
Right. That's right.
There's nobody else that can sell their birthright again. Because he's telling us, this is how you know he's speaking to Israel in Hebrews. Don't be like your brother Esau. Because that time is past. The sin of selling your birthright, the stain of Cain, you can't remove.
That's right.
You can't remove the mark of Cain. Who are you to remove the mark of Cain? So this is why he's telling us, don't be like Esau, because we're the only people that have been given this birthright that can sell it. A lot of us are selling our birthrights. A lot of Israelites are acting just like Esau did.
And that's kind of like a catch because we have nobody to sell it to. Everybody else is X'd off, and once you X'd off, you can't get it no more.
We're selling it, which the selling it is really trading.
Yeah.
What did Esau sell it for? For nothing. And that's what we're doing. We're giving it up and gaining nothing. As it relates to the soul, because technically you can gain the world, but this world's on fire. This world is destroyed. Who wants burnt toast to eat every day? Man, burnt pieces. If I out here breakfast, a big burnt loaf of bread, toast, you gotta scrape it. Come on. So it's nothing. Nothing. Read on.
Verse 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing.
See, he's talking to us, y'all. The blessing is ours.
Right.
We get the kingdom. Don't defile the temple. Be in defense of yourself. Defend the temple. Read on.
He was rejected.
He was what?
He was rejected.
He was. And we can be rejected. We know that, according to Amos 9 and 8. So let's understand that we should be in defense of our city, defense of the nation, defense of yourself, defense of your family. That's what it's all about. The system is self-defense, and then he'll defend you. And he'll defend you. So I'm going to end with Galatians 5:22 and 23. Now I know y'all going to build upon it. I want y'all to come, let me know something. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say, Cappy Ashu? Hey, truly teach me something sometimes. You know what I'm saying? 5:22 and 23. I want to see what the Most High has given you in your obedience. This room should be full of fruit. Should be full of fruit. This should be overflowing. Well, we have so much evidence, and I believe we're getting ready to see that time. I believe we're in that time.
That's all I watch.
Yeah. Come on. Us that have stood fast, that stopped, that haven't wavered, and those that haven't, the Most High is still giving us an opportunity. Come on.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, you want verse 22?
Come.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love,
Come on.
joy, peace, long suffering.
That's what's in the temple. And that's the fruit that should come from you. That's the self-defense, the system. Say it again from the top.
Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
It's love. There you go, right here. It's love. You come out with it. It's love. Go ahead.
Joy.
Joy. You know, all this is a system. Read. And these things are a defense against the enemy. All right? Read.
Peace.
Peace. Come on.
Long suffering.
Long suffering. You hear it a little different now? It's something to be applied and to use and to win.
All right.
Whenever faced with against enemy attack. Read.
Gentleness,
Uh-huh.
goodness,
Come on.
faith,
Come on.
meekness,
Woo. Come on.
temperance.
Come on.
Against such there is no law.
Woo. There's no judgment. You win. You win every time. Undefeated. Undefeated. With that, I say shalom.